Hey YouTube, today I thought we would have a quick chat about the virtual homeschool co-op and this next assignment, which is about negative comments that you receive about homeschooling. Now, I'm very fortunate that I have not received a lot of negative comments or negative sorts of questions and things to stick out to me. And they actually came from the same family at two different points in time. So the first comment was about how will my children see and get to experience different types of people in society. So it went beyond the regular old socialization question. So she went into the idea of being exposed to violence, drugs, sex, and things like that, and being exposed to it by peers in different lights, and then also being exposed to people from different economic backgrounds, different social backgrounds, different different races, religions, etc., etc., etc. Now, kind of the viewpoint I have on this is that right now we live in a very diverse community, and we do a ton of different activities, and there are people from all different sorts of backgrounds that surround us where we live at, and we go out into our community. So I don't quite get maybe where she was going to with it, but it was the way that it was worded to me, almost like I'm sheltering my children. I think it's nice that I get to show them and teach them the negative sides to certain things. Like, for example, drugs, they can actually, and sadly, they can see in our neighborhood, in our in local families, how that sort of thing is affecting families and how negative it is and how horrible it is. So it isn't that they are not being exposed to those things, but they're not being exposed to any negative thing in a positive light. Whereas if they were constantly surrounded by people their own age for 6 hours a day or 8 hours a day or however long kids are at school, I know whenever I was in high school, there was a lot of positive light shown towards drugs and sex and alcohol and all those things that you never want to see your kid do or think of in a positive way. I definitely saw that given a positive light, mostly from students. I don't, looking back, there may have been a little bit from some teachers, but it was very under the radar. The other negative comment I got was, oh, why I hope they regulate that. Talking about how they hope homeschool is regulated and that somebody's keeping an eye on us. And so I just tried to put this person's mind at ease by telling them all of the things that we have to do in the state that we live in and the different sorts of checks and balances that happen. And that put this person's mind at ease until they brought up the idea of, oh, well, what about child abuse? And it's one of those things, I have never looked at statistics on that, but I suspect that it's probably the same amount of that sort of thing goes on in homeschooling versus not homeschooling families, or I would say that homeschooling families may be less. I would say it's probably the same, or homeschool families are a little bit less. That's just my personal opinion. I don't know. I don't have the facts and figures to back it up, so that's pretty much what I lamented to this person. I wasn't 100% sure on those statistics, but that's really the only questionable things I've ever had said to me. There was never anything nasty or mean or anything. And I think part of that may be because I have a bachelor's degree in secondary education. And so I wonder if some people think, oh, well, you're a teacher, so you can totally do this. I know, you're getting sleepy, huh? So we're gonna wrap this up, but I'm wondering if that's maybe why I don't get so many negative comments about it. And because my kids are young. That may be another thing. But that's it for my negative comments that I've received about homeschooling. So if you want to, you can, I will link the virtual homeschool co-op below, and you can check that out and see other awesome videos. And I like this because it's a great support network. So definitely check it out.